Across the sands of time, her name still echoes, Cleopatra, a name synonymous with beauty, power, and ultimately tragedy. Born in 69 BC, Cleopatra entered a world embroiled in power struggles and shifting alliances. Yet from these turbulent beginnings, Cleopatra would rise to become one of the most influential women in history. Join us now as we embark on a journey through time to unravel the enigma that is Cleopatra. From her tumultuous upbringing to her dramatic death, we'll separate fact from fiction and explore the life of this remarkable woman. To truly understand Cleopatra, we must first delve into the history of her lineage, the Ptolemaic dynasty. Founded by Ptolemy the Soter, a general of Alexander the Great, this dynasty ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries. Cleopatra VII Cleopatra, to give her her full name, was the last in this long line of rulers. Her family history was as complex as it was fascinating, marked by both great ambition and ruthless power struggles. The Roman Republic, an emerging power in the Mediterranean, cast a long shadow over Egypt, and the Ptolemies often found themselves caught in the crosshairs of Roman politics. Cleopatra's childhood was anything but ordinary. Growing up within the palace walls, she witnessed firsthand the machinations of power, the shifting allegiances, and the ever-present threat of betrayal. These early experiences would shape her into a shrewd and resourceful leader, adept at navigating the treacherous waters of courtly intrigue. Little did she know that her path would soon intersect with one of the most powerful men in the world, Julius Caesar, marking the beginning of a relationship that would alter the course of history. In 51 BC, Ptolemy the Python Auletes died, leaving the throne of Egypt jointly to his 18-year-old daughter Cleopatra and her younger brother Ptolemy XIII. The young queen, however, was not content to share power. Cleopatra understood that the survival of her dynasty, and indeed of Egypt itself, depended on maintaining a delicate balance of power with Rome. Her brother, influenced by his advisors, sought to sideline Cleopatra and rule alone. Cleopatra, seeing a chance to exploit the situation to her advantage, orchestrated a daring plan. Caesar, known for his political acumen and his weakness for captivating women, was immediately taken with Cleopatra's intelligence, charm, and undeniable charisma. She, in turn, saw in Caesar an opportunity to secure her position and restore her dynasty's waning power. Cleopatra, with Caesar's support, was able to outmaneuver her brother and reclaim her rightful place as ruler of Egypt. Caesar was smitten with Cleopatra, and she bore him a son, Ptolemy XV, better known to history as Caesarion. With Caesar as her protector and lover, Cleopatra enjoyed a period of relative stability and prosperity. The years that followed were a time of consolidation for Cleopatra. She focused on strengthening her hold on power, promoting trade, and restoring Egypt's economy, which had suffered during the years of internal strife. Cleopatra's reign was marked by a period of relative peace and prosperity, a testament to her skills as a ruler. She dreamed of restoring Egypt to its former glory, of recreating the vast empire it had been under the pharaohs of old. Central to this ambition was her son Caesarion, whom she declared to be the rightful heir to both the Egyptian and Roman thrones. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC sent shockwaves through the Roman world and left Cleopatra in a precarious position. She quickly assessed the situation and aligned herself with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's most trusted generals and a key contender for power in the Roman Republic. Cleopatra's reign wasn't just about politics and alliances. She was known for her lavish lifestyle. Cleopatra surrounded herself with luxury, from her opulent palace in Alexandria to her magnificent royal barge. She adorned herself with the finest silks, gold, and precious stones. Cleopatra used her wealth strategically. Lavish gifts and opulent displays of wealth were tools to secure alliances and impress foreign dignitaries. Cleopatra's palace wasn't just a residence, it was a center of power, a hub of activity where she received ambassadors, entertained dignitaries, and conducted affairs of state. Cleopatra's interests extended far beyond the world of politics and power. She was a woman of great intellect and curiosity, a patroness of the arts and sciences. Under her rule, Alexandria continued to thrive as a center of learning. Cleopatra herself was said to have been an avid reader with a thirst for knowledge. She surrounded herself with artists, philosophers, and scholars eager to absorb their knowledge and contribute to the intellectual life of her court. Cleopatra's reign saw a fusion of Egyptian and Greco-Roman influences in art, architecture, and literature. Cleopatra understood the power of her heritage. She embraced the symbolism and traditions of ancient Egypt, using them to enhance her image and legitimize her rule. Cleopatra presented herself as the living embodiment of Isis, the goddess of motherhood, magic, and fertility. This association with a powerful and beloved goddess resonated with the Egyptian people and helped solidify her grip on power. Cleopatra's reign marked a resurgence of interest in traditional Egyptian religion and culture. Her legacy as the last pharaoh of Egypt is forever intertwined with the enduring allure of this ancient civilization. Cleopatra's story is often intertwined with her legendary beauty. Was she truly as captivating as history portrays her? Ancient sources describe her as a woman of irresistible charm and magnetism, with a voice that was sweet as music and a wit as sharp as any sword. However, these accounts are often colored by the political agendas of the time. Cleopatra's beauty, while undoubtedly a factor in her story, was likely more about her overall presence and charisma than about conforming to any conventional standards. Her power lay not just in her physical attributes, but in her intelligence, her political acumen, and her ability to command attention and inspire loyalty. Cleopatra's allure extended far beyond her physical appearance. She was a woman of exceptional intelligence, fluent in multiple languages and well-versed in politics, philosophy, and the arts. This intellectual prowess, combined with her charisma and strategic cunning, made her an irresistible force in the male-dominated world of ancient politics. Cleopatra's relationships with powerful Roman generals like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not simply love affairs. They were strategic alliances, carefully orchestrated to secure her position and advance the interests of Egypt. Cleopatra's life was marked by a series of complex and often controversial relationships. Her marriage to her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, followed by her alliance with Julius Caesar and later her passionate affair with Mark Antony, have been the subject of much historical debate and speculation. Cleopatra's relationships were undoubtedly complex, driven by a combination of personal feelings, political necessity, and a desire to secure her dynasty's future. Her story reminds us that even the most powerful individuals are often caught in a web of relationships, both personal and political, that shape their destinies in profound ways. Cleopatra's alliance with Mark Antony was a potent mix of love, ambition, and political expediency. Antony, captivated by Cleopatra's charm and intelligence, found in her a partner who matched his own ambition and thirst for power. Together, they formed a formidable force, ruling over Egypt and challenging the authority of Octavian, Caesar's heir, and the rising power in Rome. Their love affair became the stuff of legends, a tale of passion played out against the backdrop of empires at war. They were inseparable, appearing together in public, celebrating lavish feasts, and even engaging in military exercises side by side. Cleopatra, ever the shrewd strategist, recognized the importance of portraying their relationship as a union of equals, a partnership that transcended cultural boundaries. She encouraged Antony to embrace aspects of Egyptian culture, appearing alongside him in Egyptian attire and participating in religious ceremonies. This public display of unity, however, did little to appease their enemies in Rome. Octavian, sensing a threat to his own ambitions, skillfully painted Cleopatra as a manipulative seductress who had ensnared Antony and was leading him astray. He declared war on Cleopatra, accusing her of treachery and plotting against Rome. The stage was set for a final confrontation, one that would determine the fate of Egypt and the future of the Roman world. The conflict between Antony and Octavian culminated in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. This naval engagement, fought off the coast of Greece, pitted Antony and Cleopatra's combined forces against Octavian's fleet, commanded by the skilled general Agrippa. The battle was a clash of titans, a desperate struggle for supremacy that would decide the fate of empires. Cleopatra, far from being a passive bystander, actively participated in the war effort. She provided ships, resources, and even commanded her own contingent of Egyptian forces. However, despite their combined might, Antony and Cleopatra faced a formidable opponent in Octavian. The Battle of Actium proved to be a disaster for Antony and Cleopatra. Outmaneuvered and outgunned by Agrippa's fleet, they suffered a crushing defeat. As the battle raged, Cleopatra, sensing the tide turning against them, made a fateful decision. She ordered her fleet to break through the Roman lines and flee back to Egypt. Antony, torn between his duty and his love for Cleopatra, followed her, abandoning his remaining forces to their fate. This decision, while understandable given the circumstances, would seal their fate. The defeat at Actium marked the beginning of the end for Cleopatra. Octavian, victorious and relentless, pursued Antony and Cleopatra to Egypt, determined to crush his rivals and claim their kingdom for Rome. Trapped and facing certain defeat, Cleopatra and Antony found themselves with few options. Legend has it that Cleopatra, in a desperate attempt to secure her own safety and that of her children, attempted to negotiate with Octavian. She offered him her surrender and the vast wealth of Egypt in exchange for his leniency. Octavian, however, was not easily swayed. He coveted Egypt's riches, but he also craved the glory of conquering its legendary queen. He refused her offer, determined to parade her through the streets of Rome as a captive in his triumph. Facing humiliation and likely execution, Cleopatra chose to take her own life. The exact circumstances of her death remain shrouded in mystery and speculation. The most enduring account claims that she died from a venomous asp bite, a death befitting a queen who had styled herself after the Egyptian goddess Isis. Cleopatra's death on August 12, 30 BC marked the end of an era. With her passing, the Ptolemaic dynasty came to an end, and Egypt fell under Roman rule, its once mighty empire reduced to a province of a foreign power. Cleopatra's story, woven with ambition, love, and tragedy, fascinates us millennia after her death. Was she a ruthless manipulator, a cunning seductress, or a brilliant strategist, a skilled diplomat? The truth lies somewhere between. Cleopatra inherited a crumbling dynasty and faced immense challenges. She navigated Roman politics with unmatched skill, forging alliances and securing power. Her legacy extends far beyond her reign. She remains an icon of female power and ambition. Her story reminds us that history is woven from the lives of extraordinary individuals. Cleopatra's story is one of love, loss, triumph, and tragedy. It continues to resonate today, highlighting human ambition and the allure of ancient Egypt. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.